I'm just telling you my why. I felt so optimal. I felt like I wanted to relive my life again to see if it would make a difference, because you experience these things when you make these changes. And no, I'm not following a specific diet. I'm not vegan. I'm not any of those names. I want you to be able to live your life to the fullest, and you choose your time when it's time to go. I know we can't choose our time. Everybody has their time, but I want you to live such a wonderful life that you're pretty much, you told everybody around you, like, hey, I need to connect the dots for you. I need you to understand who this guy is that's just making this health content, who this guy is and what he stands for. And so how I'm going to do that is I'm going to tell you my why, tell you how I grew up, tell you what caused me to make such a drastic change in my life. If you're new to the channel, thank you for watching. If you've been here since video 1, or you come across my page when I didn't really have too much content, I thank you for continually watching my videos or engaging with my content. This one's going to be a good one. So my why. If you've seen my previous video, if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know that from a very young age, I was aware of healthy versus not so healthy, or at least I thought I was. And I feel like a lot of people feel like they're aware of what is healthy and what is not so healthy, but even more so me, because I would question things like, why are we drinking milk? It doesn't taste like we should be drinking it. I remember at a young age, I was super young, questioning, why are we drinking cow's milk? It doesn't make sense. And so that's just an example, and I don't want to open up that rabbit hole. That'll be for another video, but I remember being in tune with these things and questioning and pushing the limits to what people were comfortable with discussing and talking about. And I want to get to my why. I grew up seeing lots of sick people. I grew up seeing so many obese people. I grew up just seeing people going through health issues. These were people around me, like family members, friends, people that worked around me, co-workers, and just people just in the world. I grew up seeing this, and I wasn't okay with it. I wondered why, what got people to that point. I wondered what got people there. And it's not like I feel like I'm better than everyone else. I just felt like there had to be a better way. 100%. It pulls on a heartstring when you see people that you care about going through something, and it pulls the heartstring even more once you start reading. And I had to start reading about stuff. I started reading about it and researching it. And when I got to school, of course, it was showtime. I began to affirm the things that I used to believe. And so when you see people going through something and now you know that you can help them, or now you doesn't have to be like that, it's tough to see, especially when it's your family, when it's your friends, people going through things that they sure shouldn't have to go through. And so my why is just wanting to help people. And I know it stems from education. Not everybody should go to college. It's a knowledge thing. It's being informed. It's being your self-advocate, being a professional in your health. And what I mean by that, and this isn't any type of bougie, I'm better than you, I have this information. No, I found this out and I want to spread it to the world. I want you to know how to take care of yourself. I want you to know this is a cheat code for feeling good, looking good, performing well. And so there are things that we just didn't know. We just didn't know for the longest of time. And you have really influential institutions and people that have this stuff. And it's not like they're gatekeeping it. It's one of those things, if type of deal. So where I come in, my why is I want people to know, I want to share with you. I want you to know that this contributes to this. And hey, this right here, I realize that I'm being too general. I want you to know that eating a certain type of way will make you feel a certain type of way, will make you look a certain type of way. I want you to know that there are some foods that I used to eat that I no longer eat anymore, and I feel 1,000%. And I think there's a correlation. I know there's a correlation. And I really want to hone in and encourage people, hey, you can do it. And I'm not trying to get you to live this bland, flavorless life, but you can do it. So now it's time to get further into the topic. I wish I knew the year, but I've already established when I was a kid, I questioned drinking milk. And when you're a kid, what are you going to do? Just not eat the food that your parents are providing you? And this is not a knock on my family or my friends or anybody that fed me, right? Because they were feeding what they felt to be 100% healthy or good for you, right? But as I grew up and I began to explore the content matter and get into it, I'm like, oh man, this is why our people are down. So just going further into it, I gave up eating pig a long time ago. I stopped eating pork a long time ago. And I'm not gonna get into that. That's a video for another time. But I gave up that. And then from there, I stopped eating cow. And then from there, I gave up turkey. And then from there, I stopped eating seafood. And I stopped eating dairy right around the time that I was not eating pork anymore. So I did away with these things because essentially I believe that we didn't necessarily need them. And I understand that we have to survive, but for the time being, we can get them in other ways and oftentimes more nutritious ways. And for the naysayers, you have macronutrients and micronutrients. Yes, we know you need protein, fat, carb, and we know you need vitamins and minerals. That's what you need. You don't necessarily need a certain animal for that. And that's going to be a long debate, but that's just how I feel. And I guess I'll keep you updated on my life and what's working for me and what doesn't work for me. I guess I will keep you updated. But so far, I've been great and I've made this change. It's been a while. I've made this change almost 100% no animal products. I made that change, I want to say about 8 years ago, just about. And there were some things that I cut out just 100%. I just chose not to eat. And dairy was one of them. Pig was one of them. And so that's been for a really long time that I haven't had that. And the why behind that, like I said, is I felt like we weren't really meant to process that in our bodies. Now, our bodies will because they're mean green survival machines. But I tell you this why, so you can understand where I'm coming from, so you can understand my drive. I feel that you give your body fruits, veggies, nuts, legumes, beans, seeds. You give your body this and you fuel your body with that. I feel like you will be able to thrive in this lifetime. Not to say that you're not going to want to eat some of that stuff, because you can if you want to, but just for me personally, that's my why. And I felt so optimal when I made that switch. I'm not trying to influence you. I'm just telling you my why. I felt so optimal. I felt like I wanted to relive my life again to see if it would make a difference, because you experience these things when you make these changes. And no, I'm not following a specific diet. I'm not vegan. I'm not any of those names. At first, I would use those descriptors so people would understand, hey, I'm not eating milk, egg, cheese, meat, any of those animal products. And people say, oh, so you're, and I'm like, but no, I don't identify with those. And my whole thing is I just want to help people improve their quality of life, whether it's information, whether it's leading by example. I want to be able to do that because information is key. Knowledge is key. Why can't we be a blue zone? Why can't the United States itself be a blue zone? Why can't we? There are places in this world where people are living 100 plus, and I've said this in many of my videos. People are living to be 100 plus years of age, and it's not sitting in a rocking chair, barely moving like are living. They have physical activity, they're playing instruments, the whole nine. Why can't you have that? And if you don't want that, that's fine. Why can't you have a quality life? That's my why. And I hope you can feel my passion behind this, because I want you to be able to live your life to the fullest, and you choose your time when it's time to go. I know we can't choose our time. Everybody has their time, but I want you to live such a wonderful life that you're pretty much, you told everybody around you, like, hey, y'all, I'm getting there in age. You're in your high 90s, you're in your 100s. I'm getting there in age, y'all. I've had such a fulfilling life. I want you to continue to have a great life. Don't feel sad because I'm at peace. I'm good. Like what I want for you. Like there's so much hurt in this world, and so many people have a hard time just talking about health and have a hard time with the healthcare system. And I'm like, look, if you can take control of your life, all of that other stuff will be fine. We won't have such a issue with passings and stuff like that. And it won't be so sad because we've had this total life. We've had this fulfilled life, right? Like, I don't want to keep going. I don't. I'm going to have to stop right here because I know how I get, but I hope you can understand my why. And I just wanted to give you a glimpse of why I do this, why I'm so passionate, and why I do what I say, why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I feel like I'm helping people and I feel like I'm helping myself. And if you found this helpful, I'm asking you to share this with somebody who needs to activate their life, who needs to get activated. Share it, like it, save it for later, because it's my mission to just plant the seed, because I understand I can't take all my valuables with me when I leave this earth. But what I do understand is I can touch lives along the way, and I can help somebody to live a healthier life, and I can show somebody the light to, hey, life can be like this. That right there will make me feel whole. That right there will help me rest easy, is helping as many people as I can, and them helping other people, and we helping each other. That right there will help me rest. So thank you for watching. More videos are to come.